A lot of people that are on food stamps and live in really poor areas also are Trump voters. I'm seeing a lot of videos right now where a lot of people are really pissed at Trump. They weren't mad at him when they got to see other people lose stuff, but now that it affects them. See, we're dealing with the kind of person here that takes joy in watching people lose stuff. They were indoctrinated from middle school. When they watch their middle school team lose or win, they get to go, ha, 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 I love watching you lose. That's what America does. It's called indoctrination. We now have a president who is like a toddler. He made an AI video where he dropped excrement from a F-whatever fighter jet, and he's wearing a crown. This is like a toddler in the White House, and he's punishing his own people who voted for him if they're poor. He is sending a signal to America that he's taking from you to give to his buddies, and this is what you voted for.
This is for all the MAGA voters posting about not getting a shit about people not getting their SNAP benefits. Quick education, 55% of whites voted for Trump. Whites are the people who use SNAP benefits the most. They make up 37% of SNAP benefit recipients. And most of those people are in the Southeast and other rural areas. So you're talking about your own people, motherfuckers. God, are you fucking stupid? Think about that for a little while. Enjoy your fucking Sunday. Fucking dumb shits.
Too many privileged white people are coming here on this app and they're talking about people that benefit from food stamps, which most of them happen to be white. Most of them happen to live in Republican states, red state. Now, don't blame the Democrats because this is absolutely Trump's doing. He can fund it if he wanted to. He's funding ICE. He's sending $40 billion to Argentina. Why are you not mad with him? The only thing the Democrats want to do is make sure that you have affordable health care and people are getting their notice. So not only you're not going to have your food stamps until the government is back in order, but you're going to have a big freaking health care bill coming January. And before you start coming over here complaining about the Democrats, I need you to go to the videos in which people are crying, teachers, healthcare professionals, in which their insurance has doubled or even tripled. Good luck on trying to get food and trying to stay healthy. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but this is the frustration that we have with you, a lot of MAGA people, because you guys still haven't done your due diligence in reading Project 2025, in which they are trying to destabilize the government and that they want to do away with all the safety net. Why? Because it caused chaos. But I'm going to tell you who's going to be just fine. It's going to be the black and brown people because we have always been resilient. How about you go to your legislator and tell them how much your insurance premium is going up? Or how about you tell your legislator you want me to have children, you want me to raise children, but you don't want to give me money to feed these children. Stop telling women what to do with their body if you're not going to help them in the end. Anyway, my recommendation for you is to download the app called 5, call your legislators, call your senator. Just want you to know that the Republicans will not negotiate with the Democrats. And this is why they're doing this.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. Not only has that not happened, I'm getting my food stamps taken. I did not ask for this.
Well, it seems like a good enough time as any to interrupt her. Hi, I'm back to teach white people more shit. Well, mostly white people, because that's who keeps popping up on my FYP, just cheering on the fact that we won't have any SNAP benefits for November. So I thought I'd do a little research. Yeah, and I'm using Alabama as my example because that's the state I live in. And I got my data here that I'm about to read to you from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, and also because I know how to do basic math. Well, I do, but I double check it with Siri because I did receive an Alabama education, so there's a anyways that's neither here nor there. I said, how many people in the state of Alabama, our population, are on SNAP benefits, and they said 750,000 to 800,000 people in the state of Alabama are on SNAP benefits, and that's our population, by the way, is 5 million. So that makes it 15 to 16% of our population are receiving SNAP benefits. And I said, so if we took each state, the percentage of their population on SNAP, and ranked them from highest to lowest, where on that list would Alabama fall? And we are the 11th highest on SNAP benefits. It's not really that good. They said 1 in 6 households receive SNAP benefits. I said, out of curiosity, how many people in the state of Alabama receiving SNAP benefits are white? It said 37%. I said, okay. That's about the same as our national average, so to be expected. I'm just going to give you a little bit more information to tie this up. 64% of the population voted for Donald Trump. 64% of the people who voted in 2024 voted for Donald Trump. And 77% of those people were white voters. And that comes from the Pew Research Center. I hope that helps.
Hey guys, I want you to listen to this.
And the update this morning was they really want people to know that SNAP funding does not have to run out on November 1st. SNAP is actually funded and designed to not run out during a government shutdown. And in fact, there is a $5 to $6 billion contingency fund that is available now. And the USDA knows it's available. The Trump administration knows it's available. They are choosing not to tap into it because it is better for them politically to let millions of Americans go hungry and then play political games.
Now, the reason I find this interesting is because we got disabled people, elderly people, kids that will go hungry in the month of November because the government want to play around. We talking about billions of dollars set aside for a government shutdown, and they're not going to use it? This is political games being played, and you think the Trump administration give a damn? And for the ones out there saying they don't give a damn because they not in that position, somebody you know of somebody they know is in that position. But this is what the American people voted for.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a story that's got social media absolutely shaking. Some poor white Americans are furious after realizing that SNAP, yes, the food stamp program, was never just for black people. You'd think by now folks would know how this program actually works, but apparently that truth hit hard. Yeah, so let's talk about what's really going on, who is benefiting, and why this myth still refuses to die. Let's dive in.
All right, maybe a hot take, but I don't give a fuck how the freezing of SNAP benefits in a week is going to affect me. I really don't. And it's crazy to me that so many people are only starting to give a fuck, that 42 million people, 39% of which are kids, are about to lose their SNAP benefits, is because they're starting to realize how it could affect them. Whether that means small grocery stores in their area go out of business or the cost of food rises for them. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck that 42 million people are about to struggle to survive as the weather gets colder, as the holidays start rolling around. That's what I give a fuck about. I give a fuck that 39% of them are children. I give a fuck that so many of them are disabled or elderly and can't get to a food pantry. I give a fuck that these food pantries are not going to be able to keep up with this. And as much as I try to push out videos of how people can help food pantries in their area, what they need, how to contact them, how to volunteer, how to donate, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough. There are going to be millions and millions of people who struggle to survive. That's what I give a fuck about. I don't understand why so many people cannot care about their neighbor unless it starts to touch them. These videos that I'm trying to make to help as many people as possible, only 2 of them are getting pushed out. The other 2 are like dead in the water. And I have gotten great engagement on them. So many people are liking, commenting, reposting, sharing, tagging me in things, tagging other creators. And it's still not enough. It's not going far enough. And they keep getting comments like, "You're my hero, you're an angel, God bless you. This is amazing. Thank you. I'm scared. I'm struggling. My friends are scared. I'm disabled. I can't get to it. I'm a single mother." And while I very much appreciate comments like those, and they get me honestly emotional every time I see them, like this is the fucking bare minimum. This is the bare minimum. Why is such a small act of kindness, something that just takes me a little while to research and post a video on, why is that like seen as this monumental thing? I'm feeling like so fucking just disenfranchised and helpless, and I'm really trying not to, but now Mike Johnson has sent Congress home for another fucking week. I'm really struggling the last few days to try to keep some hope with this, but like the truth of the matter is these food pantries are not going to be able to fucking keep up. The donations are not going to be able to keep up. they're not a complete swap out for SNAP benefits. And I'm really worried about my neighbors. I'm really worried about my fellow Americans. Like, how did we fucking get here? When is enough gonna be enough? There's so much fucking evil in this country. I don't know how we get through this. And I'm trying to help as much as I can, but it's not enough. And I don't know what else to do.
You know why so many racist white people are okay with SNAP benefits being removed from everybody in the United States of America, and they sit here and act like they're not the largest recipients of SNAP benefits in this country? You know why white people don't care? Because they're used to eating people. Specifically us. They love the taste of our melanin. Cannibalism.
Okay, you're going to be hearing a lot in the next few days about 42 million Americans that are on SNAP benefits, and they are no longer going to be receiving those because of the government shutdown. The problem is that that's not true. That's factually wrong. 42 million people are on SNAP benefits, according to a study by the Center for Immigration Studies, which just took U.S. Census Bureau data. 48% of those are illegal aliens. Now, interestingly, this data comes from 2022. And since then, 7 or 8 million more illegal immigrants have come here. And so that means that it's even higher. Over half of the people getting SNAP benefits aren't even supposed to be here. That's $8 billion a month that Americans who are supposed to be here, who are working, who are paying taxes, are supporting them who aren't supposed to be here. You should get outraged at some point here about this whole program. And interestingly, another 34% of those on SNAPs are recently legalized Americans. So they're not native-born Americans here. They recently came here. They're here legally, so they're getting it legally. But that wasn't what any of us signed up for when we were talking about immigration and the importance of immigration, is that vast majorities of them would be just on welfare. There were people who said all along that that's why they're coming here. Now, it kind of looks like that was the case. We need to stop this. And I'm glad we had the government shutdown to find this out, because I didn't know these numbers. And I'm as cynical and informed as about anybody on the politics of the country. Most people don't know, now you do.
To me, the only logical response to the government canceling SNAP benefits is for Americans to cancel the holiday season. Close the wallets. Close the wallets. You don't need to buy a turkey. You've had turkeys for the last how many years? You're good to skip a year. Black Friday hasn't Black Friday and I don't know how long. The deals suck. You don't need a new flat screen. You already got one from last year. Your kids have tablets. They have toys. They have electronics. They'll be good to miss out on 1 year. They'll be okay. Close the wallets. Cot boy. You know? We shouldn't be spending any money then. It makes no sense for, in response to the government taking food off people's tables, for us to then open our wallets and continue the economy as if nothing is wrong. It's time for a cop boy of the holiday season. The time of year where corporations make the most money. Yeah, shut it down. Close the wallets.
Donald Trump is the first president in U.S. history to cut off SNAP benefits to people in America. So as of the end of next week, SNAP benefits are going to be frozen. They go away, and that affects millions and millions of people in America and certainly in Massachusetts. We're currently evaluating what we can do. Obviously, it's a time to give as much as you can to our food pantries who do a wonderful job. I'll be meeting with my anti-hunger strike force that I stood up a while ago to talk more with them about what we can do to feed families here. But it's unbelievable. The first time in American history that a president during a shutdown has cut off food to families. That's what's happening right now. It's a choice that Donald Trump is making. He can choose to reverse that. I strongly urge him to do so. Don't take food away from people. Don't take food off the table of Americans.
If you're one of these people who goes on social media and complains about a poor family using their SNAP benefits to buy themselves a treat like Oreos for their children or Dr. Pepper from time to time to give themselves a little bit of joy, then I want to politely inform you that you are a cunt and can eat it.
So here is the story. Online, a bunch of posts started going viral, mostly from angry users who believed that food stamps were designed for Black Americans only. But when the real statistics came out showing that the majority of SNAP recipients are actually white, they completely lost it. Oh my God, this is insane. Some couldn't believe it. Others called it fake news. It's weird how misinformation spreads when people don't check the facts. Yeah. So let's clear it up. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Yes, it was created to help low-income Americans regardless of race. And here is the kicker. According to USDA data, most SNAP households are white, not black. The reason? Poverty affects every race in America. It's not a black issue, it's an economic issue. But for decades, some politicians and media figures used racist stereotypes to make it seem like welfare equals black laziness, when in truth, the majority of recipients are white families in rural areas. So why are some white Americans angry now? Why? Because the truth challenges their comfort zone. Yeah, the truth challenges their comfort zone. Many grew up hearing that government help was something only minorities used. When they find out that most SNAP users look like them, it forces a reflection they don't want to have, that poverty exists in white America too, especially in small towns and southern states. And that's uncomfortable to admit. Trust me, that's uncomfortable to admit. This is where the political game comes in. For decades, leaders used race to divide poor people. They made white Americans believe they were better off than black Americans, even when both groups struggled with the same economic problems. Yeah, this used to happen. We all know this. That division keeps people from realizing the system hurt them both. So instead of uniting against inequality, they argue over false stereotypes. The media played a big role in that, showing black faces in welfare stories to sell fear and stereotypes. Yes, this happened. It's the truth. So at the end of the day, poverty doesn't care about your skin color. No, it doesn't. SNAP helps families, black, white, Latino, Asian, who are just trying to feed their kids and survive. It's not about race, it's about survival. The problem is too many Americans would rather believe a racist myth than face economic reality. That's the truth. So the next time someone says food stamps are only for black people, show them the stats and remind them that poverty has no color. Yeah, that's the truth. So what do you think about this outrage? Is it genuine shock or just denial? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more real talk and reaction videos. See you in the next one. Bye.